Hello and welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is December 9th and this is episode 80. Today for you I have finished objects, works in progress, stash, events, and some chatter. Let's get started, shall we? What have I finished? So this week I have not one, but two finished objects. That's right, I finished, whoops, that's the back, the baby sweater and the toddler sweater. All right, let's rewind a little bit. One of my kids' teachers, and she's been their teacher for a couple years. Hopefully the audio, because it's coming out of my mic, is not picking up the door slamming that's happening at my house. Not in a bad way. My son is just taking out the garbage and recycling, and our door doesn't quite fit in the frame, so you kind of have to slam it. Anyway, long story short, one of the kids' teachers is going on maternity leave with her second child at the end of this week coming up. And so I knit a little baby sweater. I still haven't done the buttons yet. That's the only thing left to do on this. This is the flax pattern by Tin Can Knits. And I knit it using their new app and it's amazing. I love the app. You should go check it out. And this wool, yarn, it's not wool, it's acrylic, is loops and thread, impeccable in the brown tweed. Okay, so I did the 0 to 6 month size for the baby that's on the way, and I did the 4 to 6 year size for the toddler. And again, I haven't done the buttons yet. I'm gonna have to find 4 buttons that either coordinate or match or something. I have a whole bin of buttons because that's what you do when you're a knitter, you need buttons. So yeah, but it all turned out great. I have actually washed these. And loops and thread impeccable is 100% machine washable. It does say lay flat to dry, but I throw it in the dryer and I have a sweater out of it and a hat, and it just gets softer and softer and softer the more you wash it. So I highly recommend this yarn for baby items and other things where you just need to be able to throw it in the washing machine. It washes up so nice. So those are those 2 finished objects, and we'll move on to works in progress. I have one other work in progress for you today, and it is in my Chevron Rainbow bag by Absolute Wonder. And this is a project that I had started in the summer, and it is the Traveling Woman Shawl by Liz Abinant. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like Abinant. That seems more right. Anyway, it will be here and it will be linked down below. I'll link to my Ravelry page, which has links to everything. If you can't go on Ravelry, I'm happy to provide other links for you as well, or you can just Google the pattern. Yeah. Anyway. It's turning out so beautiful. I love it so much. This yarn is Gauge Dye Works in her MCN fingering shawl size. So it is 6 ounces, which I believe is 115 grams. This yarn has been in my stash for so long that it has her old logo on it. So she used to be called Caterpillar Grain Yarn, and now she's Gauge Dye Works, which she has been for probably close to a decade. So anyway, this is a 70% superwash merino wool, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It is deluxe, you guys. It is so amazing to work with. The feel of it softens up so much after washing, and love these colors. Coming up, and I think I might have to rewind this because it's a bit wonky, but we've got a few more green kind of shades here, and then we move out into the blues. It's the lighting, guys, the lighting. It's just terrible today. I've got like my overhead lights on because it was like super dark without them, but now I get all these weird shadows and it's blowing up the color. There are a bunch of teals before you get to this dark, dark blue. You'll just have to wait and see another time. But yeah, I am loving loving this project, although we're having a movie night tonight and I think I'm going to need something more simple than lace knitting. It's a pretty simple repeat, but I like to check that I'm at the right point. So I have to look down at it quite a bit. So I don't think that'll be the project I work on tonight. So we'll have to pull out another one of my old works in progress and see what I can get done on it. That is it for WIPs. We'll move on to Stash. You may have noticed that my channel has been taken over with Vlogmas videos, and I am opening my advents every day on them, but I thought it might be fun to kind of show you what I've collected so far, and yeah, to show you guys what I've gotten so far in my advents, and then you can kind of see them all together as well. So this is the Fireweed Fiber Co. Advent for 2023. It is on the Sweet Pea sock base, which is what I get all my monthly sock clubs on as well, and it is a fade, and it is beautiful. Like, honestly, I keep looking at the colors like, I think this one's my favorite. Nope, this one's my favorite. And like every day I open one and I'm like, I think this one's my favorite, but I just like them all. Anyway, it's not. This is definitely green and it goes through like teals, and this is definitely more like bluey purple. So I have no idea where it's going. I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but it's going to be beautiful. The other advent that I got that is yarn related, well, I got a stitch marker one from Polka Dot Creek. And then as you do, you're on the website ordering things. I knew I wanted the stitch marker one, and I kind of impulse purchased the Christmas vacation yarn mini skein ones, and it actually comes with a card that has like all 24 different dyers on it. So they're all Canadian dyers. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you the back because there's a coupon code on it, but I'm gonna keep this handy so that I can pull them up in the right order. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so this was day one. This is Mary Margaret Fibers. I showed these ones already. And then it was it this one? Yeah, Things Created Equal. Now these are not supposed to be a fade or in sequence or anything like that. I'm just pulling them up. And then the Wool Baron was the third one. Her color sense is amazing. I have a pair of socks out of her yarn. Yeah, and I love, 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 love that one. Numa Yarns is the next one, and this one's some fun greens and blues. And then I'm not going to be able to hold these like this, am I? This one is from Allison Barnes. It's very candy cane-esque. Okay, I'm going to have to like double layer these. So that was Allison Barnes. The next one is on the bottom here, from Flock Fiber Studios. And like it has a grayish undertone. There's definitely like white on this end and some really fun colors. And who's next? This one? Yeah. Forest Fringe Yarns. This one is like dark and moody. Love it. And then Forest Fringers, and then is Comfy Cozy Knits. And this is, again, it's blowing out, but it is beautiful greens, like deep, deep pine greens and really light greens. And the last one that I just got today is Smiling Sheep. So yeah, I mean, there is a variety of colors here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, but they are all amazing. And they're all 20-gram minis, and they are a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So yeah, so I know that they're all kind of the same base, and then I'll be able to do something with them. This one is a 25-gram mini, so feeling extra special. All right, put those down. That's that. Oh, I need my book. Even though last week was the first one in November, I was so excited to record, and it was the 1st of December. Did I say November? December. It's December. I didn't give you any of my November stats for totals or anything like that. Probably because I hadn't even put them together yet. So I've put them together now. I not sure why I didn't put my Fireweed October yarn in October. I think because I didn't actually put the skein in Raveler yet, but it was in the cubby. So anyway, so I'm counting it here. So I have 511 yards from October and November, plus the Malabrigo that I got to do Mike's cowl with puts me at 1894. So that's 1,894 meters in. However, out I had my shortest day shawl, that muscle burrow for Taylor, and my ranunculus. So that was 2,950 meters, which is, oh, it's a good number, guys. It's a good number. So total in for the year, I have 22,100 meters, and total out for the year, I have 17,074. I've already surpassed, I think, what I did last year, so that's good. The difference between those two is 5,026. So I'm still 5,000 more in than out, but the year is not over yet. So advents are definitely going to count towards that yarn in, and that, I mean, there's 24 minis for each of them, so that's going to be a lot. And I don't think I'm going to be finishing any big projects by the end of December, but not big enough to count thousands and thousands of meters, and that's okay. That's okay. It was just the only reason that I keep track is so that I get an idea of what I'm doing each year and what kind of direction I'm moving. And some years I feel a little overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that's coming in. And then the next year I kind of have a more sparse year. I knew that this year was going to be tough for yarn in because we did that big trip across Canada, and I knew that I was going to want to buy a lot of things, and you know, that's okay. That's okay. Let's move on to events. For events, I have the Downseller Studio Pigskin Party that I'm still participating in, and that is until February, and you can check out her website, which is linked down below if you have any questions about it. But make projects within a certain time frame and then enter them for points, for prizes. There's also a huge community that you can participate in and chat with. It's super fun. And then Vlogmas is a thing that is happening right now. You may have seen all the rest of the videos that come up daily on my channel. I am trying to keep up with them daily. I almost forgot to process the video yesterday. Friday just totally got away from me, which is why I'm recording this regular episode on a Saturday, because I just have more time today. And yeah, it was a busy work day, and you know, just doing stuff with the kids, and everything just got away from me, but I did get it out in time, so. Maybe not next week though, we'll see. As we get closer to Christmas, I have a harder and harder time keeping up with the daily editing. And sometimes it's just too much for me, and then I post 2 days at once, so that's how it goes. I noticed with the numbers of like how many people are viewing each one, the numbers kind of jump and then they take another jump later in the week. So I think that that's fine. However I can release them is how it's going to work. Long story long. That's it for events right now, and we'll move on to chatter. We'll start off with books. I have completed no books this week. Like I said, it's been a bit of a busy week, but busy in like a regular sense, not busy in like something extra fun going on. Just busy. I've just been busy, you know, life stuff happening. I don't know. I really focused and buckled down to get those 2 sweaters done, so I haven't been reading as much. It snowed over the last weekend, and it is currently snowing outside. All the snow did melt in between the 2, and so we'll see if this is it for the year. It's definitely coming down pretty heavy, and it's supposed to snow the rest of today, but then supposed to be above 0 again early next week, so it might all melt again. Who knows? But it's winter, so that happens. We also celebrated my father-in-law's birthday last weekend, and we made some almond cookies. You can check out the vlog from December 2nd if you want to see those. If anyone's interested, I can post the recipe, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. I can't even remember where I got it from, but I've made them a couple years now, and they're really good. A little dry, but good. We've had a couple movie nights, including a few Christmas movie nights. We watched It's a Wonderful Life, the original one. We watched Christmas Vacation. Taylor and I watched The Christmas Chronicles. It's a super cute movie. The boys didn't want to watch that one, but yeah. The other thing that I've been doing, and I hope by putting it out in the podcast, I keep myself accountable to continue to do this, but I have been stretching every morning right when I get up, so I get up about half an hour earlier than I used to. I still am waking up at the same time. I'm just getting out of bed and doing something instead of laying in bed thinking about what I'm going to do for the day. Hopefully this works out well for me. I am using an app called Bend, B-E-N-D, and I like the structure on there. It doesn't give you a lot of explanation. There is more explanation if you want, but it's like, do this stretch, and then it times it. And if there's do the right and then do the left, and it tells you with a little ding when it's time to change, and you can kind of customize your exercises, ones that you like, ones that, feel good for your body, and ones that are stretching you, and ones that just don't feel great. And yeah, anyway, I'm really enjoying that, and hopefully I can keep up on it now. Yeah. I'm in my 40s. I need to take care of my body a little bit more. And stretching was something I used to do all day, every day, because I was in dance 6 hours a day. But I do not. I sit in a chair, very sedentary, and I need to switch it up a little bit sometimes. So starting within the morning, hoping to add some lunchtime, after work, breaks, and more stretching in there. I do find it awkward to do that kind of stretching when there are other people walking around in my house. So that's why getting up early has been helpful, because my husband will be up eating breakfast or something, but he's reading stuff on his phone and, not really paying attention. And then, my kids aren't trying to ask me questions, or, just being in the room makes me feel self-conscious too. So anyway. Do you guys feel self-conscious when you work out around other people? I love dance classes. I taught Zumba for years. There's lots of exercise that I like to do in a group setting, but then I guess because I'm kind of struggling with it right now, I feel very self-conscious about it. Let me know down below if you guys like to work out by yourself as well, or if I'm crazy. I mean, I feel how I feel. Nothing's going to change that other than my own the only person who could change that is me. You guys aren't going to change my opinion on that, but I'd love to know what you guys do. That's it for me today. I know it's a shorter episode, but I have lots of Vlogmases out to watch, and we have people coming over later for dinner and a movie, so I'm going to get back to tidying up the house, and then I'm going to sit and have a chai eggnog latte and do some knitting before they come over. See you guys again next week. Bye.